man who would be Rick, Andrew Lincoln. Glenn Stephen Young. Also, Carl Chandler Riggs. Michonne Denagurita. Who's Deanna? Michael Cutlets. The wonderful Carol Melissa McBride. Oh, good. Wonderful. Take these or I'll kill you. Also, Lenny James is here for the first time with the Walking Dead panel. Sonequa Martin Green! And of course, I'm Mr. Norman Reedus. Your 2015 Walking Dead cast. Taking pictures. So everyone, please have a seat. Let's get into this. So Kirkman, as you know, the poor man fell a bit ill, and he was not able to attend Comic-Con this year. So he's now here in T-shirt form and mask form. Yeah.
Yes, hand me one of those.
He's actually here. Any questions that come up?
I kind of prefer these versions. Can we just take these off?
Thank you. Pass them around.
Everyone have one. We should definitely throw one of these into the audience.
Okay, before we get started, right? Let's do this. How big is Hall H?
About 7,000.
7,000 people.
Yeah.
Now it would be great. Hello, Hall H. It would be great to have the premiere somewhere that could hold this many people.
Right.
It would be even better if we could hold it somewhere that would hold twice as many people.
Right.
It would be thrice better.
Right.
If it could hold about 2.5 amount of this people.
Where are you going with this math problem?
The Walking Dead premiere is going to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah!
In October, all these people can conceivably come
with their friends and family.
With friends, family, loved ones, well-wishers. Go to www. That's HHTP.
Please do the whole URL. Yeah.
//
www.amc
The Walking Dead. AMCTheWalkingDead.com. Come join us in New York in October for the biggest premiere yet.
Yes, amazing. Thank you. I think that section back there is like, shit, we don't live in New York. But you guys, this is amazing. I mean, Madison Square Garden's about 20,000 people, so
there you go.
That is the best way. Because even just seeing you guys react to the trailer, and you have to understand, most of us watch this on like computer screens, you know? So to see it in a room like this, with a screen like this, with a crowd of everyone freaking out, it's definitely an experience, and we really appreciate it. So I'm gonna launch into fan questions.
Before you do that, I just want Robert to react to everybody watching it on a computer screen. Okay, sorry.
I just want to react.
I disagree with that. I just want to go.
All right, so let's get into this. This is from R-Vencott. This is for the producers. Will season 6 explore a power struggle between Rick and Morgan? It kind of seemed like that from the trailer we saw. Or will it more so be portrayed as a fundamental challenge to the way Rick has always been leading the group?
Oh my. Well, it certainly seemed that we were selling that in the trailer rather. I will say that this is a savvy audience that knows that we sometimes play with the truth in trailers.
Right.
What? It's true. It's true. But it's just to maintain the experience for everybody. I would say that Rick absolutely is faced with challenges to the way he does things, and also including these people in the way that he does things. At the end of season 6, he wanted everybody on board with him, and everything went very well in those last few moments, up until...
Well, except for the dickhead that he shot.
Except for the porch dick.
Yeah. I'm so glad that became a thing.
Yeah, that's you.
No, it's not me.
No, really.
No, it's Corey. It's not me.
No, that's you.
No, I said it, but then that poor guy has to live with that for the rest of his
No,
life.
Corey Brill is not a porch dick. He just plays one on TV.
It did. You know, like a week afterwards, I saw him and he was like, by the way, thanks. People are shouting porch dick at me wherever I go. Well, he's a really nice guy, too.
He's a lovely
which
man.
made that funnier. So you're saying that things might not be as they seem.
Things might not be as they seem, but Rick absolutely has to deal with the fact that things went down with Reg and with Pete, and all these people who might have been following him into the bowels of hell are maybe looking at him a little differently.
All right, this question is from Carrie Frazier. Will we get to see some more flashbacks into character paths? I'd like to know more about some of them, like Glenn or Sasha. All right, Dave Alpert, you want to take that one? Do you know? No? Okay. You don't want to say anything? Scott?
Could you repeat the question?
We can see more flashbacks. There are other characters, Glenn, Sasha.
There's a little bit of flashback. I mean, there's definitely some playing with time, but not quite as much as last season.
Okay. Next question. This is from iDan25. Will the Wolves from season 5 finale finally play a big part in season 6?
The Wolves will be a part of season 6, hopefully in a way that you don't expect.
All right.
Chris.
Good almost answer.
Yeah.
This one's for Andrew Lincoln. This is
Hi.
Hi, Andrew Lincoln. How are you?
Hi, Hall H. Can I just say it's so lovely to see you all again. Hello. What are you doing in my front room?
It's crazy. It feels like I can't believe another year has gone by already. We're here. It feels like we were just here.
Oh no, I felt every single day.
Well, this first question's a hardball here. Dylan Hinchy wants to know: do you think Rick misses the beard, and do you miss having the beard?
My wife doesn't miss the beard, but yeah, I think that was one of the most weird filming days of my life when I had to shave. Well, I had to get into a shower naked in front of my crew.
But you offered to get in the shower naked.
But then apparently you can only see 2 inches of my butt crack. Is that right? Is that official?
There was no crack.
No. Charlie Collier can confirm this. What are we allowed to say? But yeah, I had to do that, and then I had to shave and look in a mirror. The most painful part was actually looking at my face while shaving, because I don't enjoy that experience anyway. But to do it on camera was just unbearable. But yeah, I miss that beard. And I'm going to grow it back as soon as possible, Scott Gimple.
How much does having that beard become sort of a prop for the character? Like when you have the beard, does it inform the way you approach the character as opposed to when you shave off the beard?
Well, Stephen Young looked at me when I shaved off. He said, "You look like you have a shrunken head," which kind of unnerved me for the afternoon filming, really. But it does. It became part of him, you know. And also, I remember sort of 2 seasons before, Scott actually talking to me and just saying, we want to get these guys to the lowest ebb. And I thought, well, a great way of doing that is seeing how big bushy I can grow my beard.
Nice.
Just like Scott Gimple right now.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
This is so
Yeah.
adorable.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what, you know what? Somewhere, you just touching my cheek like that, Robert Kirkman is smiling. That's usually his job. I will say that the beard, both in the comic and the show, really is sort of a metric of where Rick is at.
Right.
And when Rick shaved the beard when he went to Alexandria, I mean, in the comic, we completely mirrored that, and it was in a mirror, and I can't believe people laughed at that. Thank you. But I will say that the beard will continue to inform and sort of indicates a barometer of where Rick is at.
Right. This is this man's Twitter name @thefatguy wants to know his Twitter name DUHFatGuy. What's the dynamic going to be like between Rick and Deanna this season? Obviously, the last moment was very impactful. So where are they at this point that you can say?
Rick?
And Deanna.
He's covered in blood at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I think that there's a genuine respect between the two leaders, between Deanna and Rick. And a lot of the last sort of 3 or 4 episodes, you saw a man restraining his instinct to lead and to show these people. And then as things start to, he realizes that he's amongst innocents and people that don't have any experience of out there. I think, we got lucky. The gates were open. We got Walker's. I had a zombie shower at the end when I blew his brains out. And then of course, when Pete came in, he slashed his Reg, and I shot him.
Yeah, but it wasn't just that you shot him, that was Deanna.
It was an execution.
Acknowledging
that
you were
she
right.
did say, do it.
Yeah, I was going to do it anyway, but...
Well, that just means you guys were simpatico.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but that's the struggle between the whole time. Is you have this insulated community that thinks that things can still be the way they were for the apocalypse because they're clearly lying to themselves. They're weak, they're not trained, they don't understand what the world is like. You guys come in and effectively sort of pollute them for the better, but you had to show them that this is how things have to be now.
I agree, and I think certainly a lot of the themes it seems to be we're exploring this season are about them and us, inside the community and outside as well.
Yeah.
And then you have the wild card of Morgan returning just at that moment.
Yeah.
And what he's seeing, a very different Rick from the last time.
And a different Morgan as well.
And
And Morgan, we don't really know at this point.
Yeah.
We don't really know what he's up to and what's going on and how he's been changed.
But he's damn good at fighting with that stick.
Yeah. This is for Denai. This is from Aisha Grimes on Instagram. What do you think Michonne's opinion is on Carol's housewife disguise and her lying about stealing guns in Alexandria?
That's an interesting question. I've always yearned for more interaction between Michonne and Carol. Thought I'd share it with 7,000 people and my boss at the same time. Because I adore Carol. I think it's such an interesting thing between these two women. I think their two tactics of how to handle this world is just so interesting. They're both having tactics, but they couldn't be more different. I think she really is just catching up with where Carol is, and she has a profound respect for Carol. So she understands that what Carol's doing is for the good of the group, and it's definitely about protection. It's definitely about keeping us, on top and keeping us safe. But it's just not the way that Michonne wants to grapple with things in this moment. She's looking to actually merge community. But she's not going to get, into a big tussle with her like she didn't in that scene. She just acknowledged that's where she was at. She was really getting the landscape of where everyone was. But I mean, I'd love to hear them converse about their different ways of seeing the world.
So this is sort of a two-part question. What do you think Michonne's journey was in the last season, and especially that last thing with her and the katana, sort of embracing that again? Where do you think she ends up?
Yeah. I mean, it was really fascinating actually, because she had made that decision at season 4, where she literally decided, I'm actually going to stop being this isolated character, goes off by herself, grabs 2 pets, and will go and venture into the world and be alone and hang out with walkers for the rest of my life and not be vulnerable to anybody. And making that decision to turn around and say, I'm going to re-embrace my people, and I'm going to re-embrace whoever I can, and actually move forward with life. And that's scary, and I have no idea what will happen, but I'm going to do it. That is kind of where she's been going. She's been consistently kind of going on that track. And so the idea of reconnecting with these people, which was kind of a miracle for her, and really affirmed her choice. But then throughout last season, it was this sort of fear of we were just kind of getting broken down. The Terminus people, so that trust was obliterated. And then it's going into, the idea of going into what happened to Bob, and it was just constant, what happened to the church, it was just the constant breaking down. And then she started to see people like Glenn start to get broken down, and how his psyche started to shift and stuff like that. And the idea that we could actually get to the point where things could get, we actually all turn into where she's been, was very scary for her.
Yeah, it's interesting because it just shows the importance of this group of people, because there's always this sort of sine wave of sanity where it's Gabriel's not doing so great, Sasha's losing it, Rick's, I'm not sure.
Right.
Okay, Michonne's good, Carol's good, she just threatened to murder a kid, so
Right.
it's sort of you guys kind of need each other
to balance
really
it
keep
out.
the balance. And I feel like Michonne was a very calm presence throughout, and almost
Right.
sort of resigned at the end of like, ah, shit, here we go.
Well,
again.
yeah, I mean, it was this crazy thing from like the moment of actually, you know, saying I'm gonna neutralize Rick, which to me was like this really like disturbing moment to play. I was like, oh dang, I gotta punch Rick.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, strangely, you know, we had a good time with it, right, Andy?
Yeah.
But it was such a weird moment to have to do, but it was like that breaking apart of saying, I think differently from you and I'm gonna do something different from what you do.
You did hit me.
Oh yeah, well, you know, that was the best
For real.
take.
Yeah.
Oh, she hit you for real?
For real.
Oh, great.
And then she jumped on me after they said cut and just cut me.
I caught that.
It's good acting. What are you talking about?
I thought I really knocked him out. But no, at the end of it, when we actually, you know, picking up that sword again, that was when you realize, okay, I have got to balance this out because there's no way I can put my weapon up there and walk away from my power. When
Right.
other people pick it up and use it for bad, I trust myself to use it for good. So
Oh,
that's
that's
what it's
interesting.
going.
So it wasn't for you. It wasn't even so much like a battle weapon as like a protection from other people. I'd never even considered that.
Yeah, it is a protective force if I'm using it.
Right.
But if some other dude, Porch Dick, picks it up,
Well, he's not going to be picking anything up at this point, except his brains off the sidewalk.